What's up, everybody? I'm testing this microphone. I'm in a loud place, as you can see here. I'm in good old Boston. This is the background. I'm just testing it as I'm near the highway and the wind and the people, going on a bike ride. Just gonna do a lot of testing. I want to see how this thing is gonna work. All right, we're gonna switch it over. Okay. See how this is. Follow. Okay. Cool. All right. What's up, people? Testing this camera. See how it works. It's on auto. Want to make sure. We're here in Boston. Definitely checking and testing this camera out. See how this works. So, as you can see, it's following me. Got the face thing. I'm gonna turn it around now.
Right now?
If I go like this. Oh, hell yeah. This is going great. Okay. So far, we've made it out to Copley Square from Waltham. We're gonna keep going. It's been pretty easy. It's been pretty easy. I like this bike. The bike that I have right now is a Specialized bike by, I already forgot the name, Cirrus X 2.0. And I've ridden for about an hour and change. And yeah, testing this mic out. Looks like it's following me pretty well. I could also let's see. Looks like there's a festival. There's like a festival going on over there. The typical beer festival. It's always on that side. The beer festival or whatever. They always have a tent over there with beer. Okay, so as right now, the camera is actually close up to my my mouth, so it's about like 6 inches away, 3 inches. So I want to just test the quality. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Okay, now I'm gonna move it more towards like the sternum, and we're gonna see how does it sound right here from the sternum part. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Actually, I'm gonna turn the camera around. So right now I'm about 12 inches away, straight up from my face. 12. Test 1 2, test 1 2. We're gonna put it. Oops, sorry. We're gonna put it right here, as you see, in the sternum of my chest. Test 1 2, test 1 2. And then right now we're gonna have it right here at the at my throat, which is about 3 to 6 inches. Test 1 2, test 1 2. All right. Now we're gonna be above my head. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Left side of me, about 12 inches. Test 1 2, test 1 2. So another cool thing too is that I could, actually let me just try to over focus on me. So another cool thing is we're gonna test to see how long can this disc work for. Right now I believe it's holding me, so if I go like this, let's see here. Okay, I guess you could only do this. All right. Damn, delicious. Just had to see if it's legit. So, really good with the focus. I love it. Just want to make sure that right now I am technically at Beacon Hill. Made it far. It's about an hour and some change, so it took me about an hour, but I've been riding at my own leisure. Oh, subject lost. So I'm a little ambitious today. I made it this far. I may want to go more into the city. Still sunny outside. It's only 3 o'clock. I wanted to, oops, sorry. It's only around 3 o'clock. So, yeah, it's only around 3 o'clock. If I went that way, I wonder where I would have taken it. Fuck it, next time. Maybe when I come back. But I have enough daylight to get some sun in, to get some ride in and feel good. And also the weather is rather warm. It's about 73 degrees. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's take another view of the city. We'll take the scenic route. Take the scenic route. It's really good to see like how this audio is sounding, how the camera lighting is, because I'll be going to Spain on Thursday, and I will be in Spain on Friday. So I need to know, how does this camera work? Woo! All right. Take a glimpse over there, just on the Charles River. On this side would be Cambridge. Cambridge, Massachusetts, near MIT area. You got the red line here. So I'm testing this camera. I may want to upload this. If I do upload this, now you know. I didn't really tweak it. I put the camera settings on auto, on pro, auto. At first I did it manual, and of course the white balance was horrible because I think it was because I was indoors at night when I first opened the box. But now today, I'm on a mostly, I would say, actually fully sunny day. You know, there's some clouds, a little cloud, but not everywhere. It's just a beautiful day here in Boston, about 73 degrees. Damn. And yeah, I'm curious to see how the quality comes out at the end. Across the street, you see, that's the Museum of Science. Definitely gotta figure out. Okay, so I don't have the tilt on, or let's see here. Tilt lock. Okay, so this is locked, so that means I'm on the bike. I'm gonna see if there's any bumps. Maybe with tilt, you take the bumps off. You have it on tilt, and then you could see. There you go, it's following. I think this is definitely the mode where I could get on bumps. And yeah, right now I'm hitting bumps, hit bump, 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 okay? I don't know how much this camera's taking, but look, it's showing the road at this moment. I'm gonna take off the tilt. Oh, it recenters after 2, okay, I see. Cool. Tilt locked, okay. So it keeps it on from center. Now we are in, so Boston proper, right? The actual center of Boston is a rather small city. So if you were to be dropped in Boston, you could get to another section of Boston within a walk, within a train ride, within a bike ride. You could get from place to place if you were dropped right in the center of Boston. You could get to North End. You'll be in downtown. Right now, like I could basically be in downtown from here. If you look over there, that's like basically I could just get to downtown. That's how small Boston is. It's not like New York City, where you cannot walk from the Bronx all the way to like Queens or Long Island. You cannot do that. As a matter of fact, to walk from one borough to the other would be rather tedious. But here, you could hop, skip, and a jump from downtown Boston into the North End like water, like easy. You could hop, skip, and a jump from Boston to the North End of Boston to Southie, which is South Boston, and South End, which is a little bit different, right? Still a southern side, but just their own little like boroughs, if you want to say. Boston has its kind of boroughs or sections. You could hop, skip, and a jump. And what you see over here, let me see, I think I could, yeah. All right, okay. I see. How do you...
Guys, I wish we were here to watch the Celtics. We're only 10 minutes away. And for a walk.
Okay. Well, what you could see up there is the Green Line. It's probably one of the worst trains out of all the color trains. Because basically you could walk, or you could take a bike, and you could be there faster than the darn Green Line. I think the Green Line is probably one of the most hated train lines in Boston. So I think this is finally recording. So I just want to let you guys see. This is, love it. I love the long beeps. So this is a bike path. See, when you're a car driver, you see differently because the way the streets are made in Boston are, I'll just tell you that. Not made for cars. When you're a pedestrian, there's a different modality of culture. There's a different modality, a different culture. When people are walking, like pedestrians, I've seen it all. I've seen the bike riding, I've seen the car driving, and I've seen the pedestrians. To be a pedestrian here, it's like some people, you could just be oblivious, and because of the fact that we have this kind of social moray that says, you know, we need to yield for pedestrians. Pedestrians are rather lackadaisical when it comes to walking the streets here, especially if you're in downtown Boston. The next thing is, for bike riders, they're very much of a bike-friendly city, I would say, especially if you go into the next section, which is called Cambridge. And Cambridge is not necessarily part of Boston, but people will commonly refer it as a Boston section. Now I'm just trying to figure out where to go. But we're gonna tilt this back. All right? It's rather dark, face track is on. But we're in Boston. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you look here, behind me is actually the Celtics Stadium, right? The TD Bank, TD Garden. And there's a green light. See, when you're not a bike rider, you don't know this stuff. But when you're a pedestrian, you have your own rules. See, sometimes you gotta like kind of copy the way of the bike rider. Bike riders, I like to follow, I would say, let me turn the camera around. I don't follow the ones who have the, I've been in Boston for about 7 years now. And of course, after driving Lyft and Uber, taking walks around the place, meeting so many different people, you start to really understand the culture. And, I try to follow the people who have like regular bikes. Like if you got rental bike as one thing, you might be part of the city, sure. But I would say at least 50% of the time, the people who get their city bikes are tourists, if not 90% of the time. So I like to follow the people who have their own bikes because they basically know this. They know the joint, if you want to say that. I'm gonna go this way. I should have got. So right now we're approaching the north end. Like I said, everything's super cool. I mean, I had this camera rolling. I mean, if you count in minutes, even just rewind back when I first got out of riding my bike in MIT area, it wasn't that long till I was here in downtown Boston. So if you look again, we are approaching. North End. This is my first time holding on to this DJI Pocket 2, riding a bike in the city. I really give credit to all the bikers, because the bikers know how to ride these streets, even with, I need to learn how to do the zoom. I don't know why I haven't done the zoom yet. But the bikers, the people who ride bikes, you know, the regular bikes, not the city bikes, they know the city. They know how to bike between the cars, on the streets, busy sections. And I'm just kind of doing it. I'm like, first time in the city, but super cool. So, if you look over here, it's not that far. That's downtown over here. And on the left side, this would be the North End. So the North End, I mean, if nobody knows, it's like the Italian section. So it's all like Italian type of stuff. Restaurants, delis, cannolis, all that good stuff. Yeah, and then you go to the right side, and that is downtown. So we're gonna go into downtown. I'm gonna give you a quick flash too of what North End looks like. Oh man. It's a beautiful day here today. It's about 73 degrees, which is about 27 and 28 degrees Celsius. Beautiful day for biking. The wind is pretty decent. The wind also, since we're like near the waters, near the ocean waters, during the winter is very, very cold, I believe. All right, so we're approaching Hanover Street, which is kind of like the epicenter of, or at least the center of North End. And down this strip is where everyone walks and shops. And if you look right here, it's pretty easy. Just throw a pebble and you're over there in downtown. And I can throw a pebble and I'll be in South Boston. I love it, my city. I love it, my cities. I love it. I love it a lot. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful. Beautiful. Tested out the iPhone 13 with the DJI Pocket 2. Right now we made it into, this is like the center of Boston, basically downtown. I don't have a certain setting, I just turned it on and went. So of course you get to see. Wearing my bike. Downtown Boston, at the Boston Harbor, where they threw the tea over the sea, apparently right in that area. So we're on the corner of Dorchester Avenue and Congress Street. This is also where I went to software boot camp. Right in that building in the middle, if you see over there, right above this light is that building. I forget what the name of the building is, but I went to General Assembly over there. This is Boston. This is where they threw the tea over the sea, apparently, right around there. And then there's the museum called the Boston Tea Party. That's where you get to go party and party. Party and party. So we're in the Seaport right next to where? Actually, we're in front of Harpoon Brewery, or Harpoon. Depends where you... Depends where you're from, either Boston or not. But it's Harpoon Brewery, or if you're down from here in Boston, it's Harpoon Brewery. Got a lot of different seafood spots as well. I kind of missed it, but we're gonna head into South Boston next. We're gonna go through Carson Beach, M Street Beach. This is like Broadway and Andrew Square. They're all delineated by squares. So, because apparently a lot of squares live there. I'm just joking. But we're gonna go to South Boston, which is a section of Boston, and within South Boston there are sections within the sections, and we're going to go to in between Andrew Square and Broadway. Andrew Square and Broadway, which are sections within the section of South Boston. You hear me? as we do the bike ride. This is me recording on the iPhone 13. I gotta get, I think I gotta be more specific. I gotta look at my phone because I've been through so many different phones. But you know, this is the one of the latest iPhones, right? It's the year 2023 recording, right? So this is before the newest release of 2023. So I think this is about 13 or 14. I gotta just definitely confirm. Let me confirm. And yes, to confirm, this is an iPhone 13, just to show you little differences. You see the beach. Of course, I'm gonna assume when I do the looking back and editing, you're gonna find out that this is probably having a lot of bounce in there. But at least from just the user's perspective at this moment, the clarity looks so much better. What a cute dog, oh my Lord. And by the way, I'm just thinking about just throwing all this on there, unedited, just unfiltered, unedited, you know, no chopping. You're gonna hear my silly butt saying ums and ahs, and you're gonna hear me saying silly stuff. So I kind of just did it because, you know, I just wanted to see the difference between the DJI Pocket 2 and the iPhone 13 before I start making tweaks when I go on to my next trip, which will be Madrid and Zaragoza. So, yeah. So we're doing a selfie mode. Obviously the sun is not in my face, so of course it's gonna make me look a little darker, but yeah. This again is the iPhone 13, doing selfie mode for myself, not in the sun. Okay, so this is the iPhone 13 on the handlebar. So you're probably gonna see a little bit of the difference, right? I mean, it's on the handlebar. I like kind of rest, it's my hand that's holding the camera, but it's on the handlebar. I don't know if you see differences in movement. I don't know if you can hear clarity in audio. I don't know if you hear the difference between audio, the clarity in picture, and also just the bump movement. I would think that's probably the most important thing, is to see how the bump movement is when you have this camera mount on top of a handlebar. So here's some more bumps. Bump, bump, bump. Some more bumps, bumps. So you might see a difference. So over there, let's see here. Again, we'll take a nice little look. Not even supposed to be over there. Right now. That's right. Also, take note, bikers, they kind of have their own law. And they're very depending on the section you are in Boston, they're very respectful of. Like if you go to Cambridge, Somerville, the bikers there are very serious, and they want drivers and even pedestrians to. Wow, there's a nice Lamborghini. Hey guys, look at me in my Lamborghini. Yeah, so you can see very angry bike riders. Like if you get in their way, it's like, how dare you? Blah 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 blah. It's like they really feel like they own the streets. So just watch out if you're deciding to walk, drive, or even ride. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Just looks like a zoom. All right. What's up, everybody? Right now I am in the Seaport area with the DJI Pocket 2. If you can look behind me, you'll see the ship. You'll also see the ocean. I will turn it around. You can also get just a little panoramic view of the city with the buildings. I'll zoom in a little bit more. You can see a little bit out in yonder of the city. Of course, again, it's a beautiful day. It's a little windy right now because we've gotten to the latter half of the day. About 4 p.m. It's probably toned it down to 70 degrees Celsius, which is probably around 73 degrees Fahrenheit. which is about 25 Celsius perhaps. I'm trying to do the correlation. Okay, do a little panoramic. Okay, yep. Take a little ride, check out more.
I'm waiting for you.
Okay, take a little ride view.
Okay, ready? One.
I'm curious to tell if you guys, whoever is the DJI Pocket 2 Pros or just audio pros, please let me know what do you think of the sound quality, because I'm not using a external microphone. I'm just using the stock, you know, built-in DJI 2 microphone built in on the camera. Either way, I hope at least the audio or at least the video views come out decent. But again, this is a test video and I want everybody to see how it looks. The settings, again, I didn't necessarily touch them. I touched them, but I didn't touch them. I put it definitely on auto. And as this moment, I'm not really careful about calibrating. Let's see here. Yeah, see, sometimes I'm changing the camera angle. Sometimes I'm doing follow. Sometimes I'm doing tilt lock. Sometimes I'm doing the other one, right? FPV or whatever that's called. But I'm not paying attention to that. I'm just simply, just shooting and going. So here you guys go. There's the Boston Seaport area. But if you look down yonder, you see right there, if you look to the left here, that is downtown. But if you look shortly to the right, that's North End. So again, Boston is very small. It's a tiny city. You can walk to different sections. If you were dropped right in the middle, you'll be there. Drop right in the middle, walk to the North End, you're there. Drop right in the middle, walk to the South End. Drop right in the middle, walk to the South Boston, to Seaport, to, like I said, North End. I keep saying North End a lot. I don't know why, because I just like North End. I think it's cool, super cool. Check it out if you want to get a cannoli, if you want to get some deli meat, if you want to see the, you know, the Italian American culture, right? You'll go to North End. So this is kind of like one of the, I would say one of the first warmer days of the season. When I got back from Brazil, it was like ice cold. Maybe it's because I was just so used to the 85 degree South American sun. But again, it was really cold here. People were wearing jackets and pants and all that stuff like that. It rained and all that.
We got one block that way, one block that way.
I like it to a certain degree, but
FPV. So this is on autofocus, it's on auto balance, it's on continuous. So if that has made any significance, I didn't change. I kept it on auto or continuous. But I have changed between FPV, tilt lock, and follow, as well as redirecting, zoom. Right, I will zoom again. There you go. Is that zoom? No. Zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh. Let me see. There you go. There you go. You can go. It's alright. Zoom, zoom, zoom. What's up, people? I'm here in South Boston. I'm at M Street Beach, Carson Beach. It's getting kind of late. I'm about an hour and a half away from home. So I gotta do this accordingly because I really don't want to be out in the streets dark. But this is one of the beaches I like going to. I don't know, it's just a good vibe here. A lot of people like going here. I like the sand compared to other beaches here in Massachusetts. Some of them are very rugged, like Revere. But we're gonna head out to Castle Island. Of course, this has been a very ambitious day, very adventurous day. But it just comes to show that you could kind of get from place to place within like about an hour on bike. But even if you're walking, you were, like I said, in Boston proper, you would get from point A to B, from north end, south end, like within minutes. So let's check out the beach first. The beach view. Maybe I could try to, yeah, there you go. It's good to get a little zoom action. Over there, if you could see far yonder, that's like the South Shore area. You could see Quincy, a little bit of Quincy, I think. Neponsit, which is an area in Quincy. Forget what area is out here, but yeah, you got Dorchester, which is another section of Boston, right? A borough, if you want to say, quote unquote. And yeah, so Dorchester on this side right here. If you go a little bit more left, you start getting into Quincy, Massachusetts area. That's like South Shore. But right here, we're in South Boston. So let's head out to Castle Island. Okay, getting closer to Castle Island. Just wanted to bring out some shots here. Bring out some shots. It's a May month, so of course you're gonna get some kind of look. Almost summer, not summer. Whatever. I'm gonna assume again with this DJI 2, there's no it's not shaking as much. I'm really on a bump at this moment. Cute dog. I'm at a bump. At this moment, I'm on bumps, and I bet you there's not as much bumps. That's probably the cool thing. The iPhone, I know there was a lot of bumps with recording, right? This is just a very handy portable camera. Like, it's just the size, like, at least everything before the gimbal is just the size of my hand. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The whole camera is just the size of my hand. Again, you guys, if you need to, you could put this stuff on mute. I have a commentary for everything. This is the reason why I said it's unedited. You get to just hear me blab as I like to make commentaries, because sometimes people find it insightful, right? Some people, especially if they're coming here from out of country, out of state, you may want to just hear little thoughts about things. So right now we are here on Castle Island, right? Is this thing that loops around. And then far out yonder over there is the castle. I guess I forget, some kind of war back in freaking 14, 16, 17, I don't remember. Something with like artillery, and they had like 4 cannons. I wish I knew the whole history of it, but like there's like cannons, you know, like still mounted there, just as like, you know, like as a memorabilia, as like a statue type of thing, and memoriam. But yeah, I can't. Let me see here. Let's see if I could. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. The thing is, too, when you zoom and you have one hand, you have to see. You can't see the zoom. Like, my thumb is over the zoom, and I can't see it. Can't tell. I think there's going to be a nitpick on usability, like the user experience of this. Perhaps that's what people may want us to talk about. There may be this little nitpick things, right? Like, I'm already seeing, like, okay, if I only have one hand, say I'm holding ice cream, or in this moment I'm riding my bike, right? I got one hand, I'm on the handle, you know, and then the other one recording. Even if I'm a pedestrian, just even walking with ice cream or a slice of pizza, you know, or I got a phone in my hand, I don't know, something. I can't see. My thumb is over the indicator that says it's zoomed or not, and it's not zooming. As you can see now, I can tell it's zooming because it's on the left side. I have to kind of move my thumb. I have to move my thumb basically to see that it's zoomed. See, like I could kind of see it. I have to put it on the. I don't know. So, anyways, some little nitpicky things that users may want to like talk about. This is at 4x. That's the most that it could go up to. And I'm gonna just zoom out. Bring it towards me. Hello. Oops, oops. No. Let's see. Let's recenter this. Okay. Perfect. All right. So you can't see, like, I think right here is where I would have to change manually, because clearly, like, I don't know, at least on the camera, it looks super dark. I look super dark, right? Like, for me, how does it work? Clearly, in the nighttime, for my skin tone, I have to be in the light. Clearly, if I'm in a situation like this where the sun is on my back, I need to figure out a way. I have to figure out a way to have the sun on me. It's different for a lighter skinned person, right? And I mean, even then, it's kind of best that they have the light on them, right? But just for me, in my instance, it's super dark. You can't see me. So, I don't know, active track is on. Anyways, let's turn it around, because now we're getting to a different part of the island. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to tilt lock. Nope, we're going to do FPV, which means I guess I could do this. No, I'm going to do follow. So follow is just going to allow me to do this. All right, so here we go. There's this little kind of pavilion-esque area, you know. You know, and then you get the view of the water here. Yeah. It's awesome. It's a vlogging camera.
How much was it?
500? 600? Kids asking, of course they want to know. I think I paid at the end, it was like 700 for this. I think it was like, no, this isn't that much. I'm so sorry. I'm paying, I paid, no, I got this on sale for $249. All right, so this time now we are even closer to the island. Closer to the island. Closer to the island. Let's turn it around. Just get a little look. Little look. The water. The sun. It's a great day today again. This part, during the winter, this part is super cold. Super duper cold, because all you're surrounded by on both sides is water. Like, you're here on the left, water. Here on the right, water. There's water. The nerve. All right, let's see. Now we get a little closer. Okay. Alrighty. Tilt lock. Okay, guess we do tilt lock. Tilt lock, yeah. Okay, let's see. Tilt lock. FPV. Oh, I see FPV doing like this. Cool FPV. Can't go up and down, but I think you go left and right. Yep, right. Follow. So I guess it goes, yeah, panoramic or whatever, pan it. You could also do panoramic, but like I don't feel like flipping the button. See, like I think DJI made it to where it could be convenient in some regards, and then in other regards it's not as convenient. So Again, this is kind of like my first day of actual use, and I've been using it so far for the past hour and a half, and I think I've gotten down to about 65-75% of battery, which is cool. I think it's supposed to last for about 4 hours straight if you're recording on a specific quality of setting of picture or whatever. I don't know, but so far it looks like the meter is now around 65-50%. But here we are, the monumental Castle Island, as you can see here from the water. I could definitely try to zoom. Yeah, there's the zoom. There's the zoom. There's the castle. I don't know how it looks. Looking back is going to be quite interesting to see. But it's at 1. Here we are. I'm going to turn this around. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. There you go. So it's almost sundown. I got to get back to my house. It's about an hour and a half away. So before it gets dark. But it'll be interesting too to get some dark scenes as well. Yeah, let's see here. Tilt lock. Okay. So tilt lock. We're gonna do FPV. FPV. Let's turn this around. Castle Island, the monumental. So you see there's little holes there. I don't know if you can see it unless I were to zoom in. This is where they would mount the cannons on there. Little monument over here, a little obelisk or whatever the type thing. But all the cannons were there to hold on the fort. Some history to it, but if you can see this sign, it says Memorial Fish Pier. Memorial Fish Pier. Cool. So right now I'm resting my hand on the handlebars. Let me see if we can show the handlebars here. I'm resting my hand on the handlebar, and it so managed to still show kind of in front of me, so that's kind of cool. And of course I'm wiggling as I'm trying to like slow down and keep going and all that stuff. So you're gonna get a little bit of the bounce factor, right? Let me see here. Oh, there you go. So I'm using a little joypad to kind of raise it up a little bit. Joypad to raise it down. I don't know what this is on, but okay, now this is on tilt lock. So tilt lock is gonna keep it like this. I'm assuming it's gonna allow me to have more of the bounce factor. So my hand's resting on the it's resting on the handlebar, so of course it's gonna take every little bump from every part of this ground. So if you see any shaking, maybe you might see shaking, but I'm gonna definitely show that with maybe the iPhone on the handlebar. Let's see how that's gonna look with the iPhone on the handlebar. Okay, so this is the iPhone 13 on the handlebar. So you're probably gonna see a little bit of the difference, right? I mean, it's on the handlebar. I like kind of rest. It's my hand that's holding the camera, but it's on the handlebar. I don't know if you see differences in movement. I don't know if you can hear clarity in audio. I don't know if you hear the difference between audio, the clarity in picture, and also just the bump movement. I think that's probably the most important thing, is to see how the bump movement is when you have this camera mount on top of a handlebar. So here's some more bumps. Bump, bump, bump. Some more bumps, bumps. You might see a difference. And then, yeah. And so I'm done for record. Ooh, wow. Okay. I'm done recording today. Don't feel like recording anymore. I got an hour and a half bike ride home. But there you go. You have to see a test of both the cameras, giving you a tour of Boston from different sections. We went from, I believe, Watertown to, or at least Harvard Square, to Beacon Hill, to downtown, to South Boston, to this place called Castle Island. So leave comments. Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching.